For the Feather River Land Trust staff and board, want to welcome you to the newly acquired Leonhardt Ranch Learning Landscape property. It's long in the making. We've been working with the Leonhardt family for over 2 years on this acquisition, and the piece we're on right now is actually still owned by the Leonhardt family. They generously donated a conservation easement on this piece where we have the seating area and the trail, and they also part of that easement is educational access to the property. And then the acquisition, which we'll go take a look at after our remarks, also includes a 42-acre property that we own, which basically once you get past the tennis courts, it extends all the way to Lee Road where you turn to go to the mill. So I hope you can stay and do a little tour of the property after our remarks. So the work of the Feather River Land Trust, you know, we work to conserve publicly important land in the Feather River region, and that includes lands that are important for wildlife habitat and scenery, educational purposes, recreation, you know, wide variety of public benefits. And we're also really interested in conserving and enhancing people's relationship to land. And I definitely can't think of a much more important relationship to land than local kids and their relationship to their homeland. Hey, there's my local kids right there. And I know it was a really important part of my upbringing. Was lucky to have parents that would get me out on the land, and teachers that would do a lot of walking field trips near the schools, including my mom and dad. And so it feels just wonderful to you know, be working towards that end on some properties in schools in Plumas County. So Rob Wade is going to talk after me and tell you a little bit more about our Learning Landscapes program. But basically it's about conserving natural areas next to all the schools in the Feather River region. There's Emma, that's my daughter Emma. She was in Alice in Wonderland last night, and she's still in character. But yeah, so Learning Landscapes is about conserving natural areas next to all the schools in our region, and then making those properties available for outdoor education and agricultural education. And a really key partner in that effort is the Plumas Unified School District and the teachers and students at each school site. And Rob will tell you more about that. Let's see. I told you, yeah. So this project definitely wouldn't have happened without the abundant generosity of Rick and Tiffany Leonhardt. Like I say, it was a process that took over 2 years. They donated this conservation easement. They donated a large portion of the purchase price of the 42 acres that we bought. And they provided a large stewardship endowment to help provide for the ongoing management of the property. So thank you, Rick and family. Really appreciate it. I also want to thank Caltrans, the Stewardship Council, Grant and Cindy Edwards, Plumas Bank, and Susan Hopkins for funding the acquisition and the efforts on the property to date. So thank you to all those generous funders as well. Also want to thank the Williams family, who actually own, Troy and Juliet Williams own this piece of property right behind us where the fence is. They donated, they provided access for the trail, for educational access through a little corner of their property there. So thank you, Williams family. They're right at the I see them over there tending to their chickens. So a lot of exciting things are already happening on this property, on the Leonhardt Learning Landscape, and a lot of which you can see right here already. You know, this trail was built by the Sierra Buttes Trail Stewardship, and they did a great job. So here's the stewardship. They're a wonderful partner. The seating area that you're all sitting on was built by local builder Bob Hatzel, and Bob was very generous with his time as well. So thank you, Bob. The signage, some of the beautiful signage you see here, like the sign behind me and the entrance sign, was done by Sandstorm Signs, Rob Conover, and with funding from Plumas Bank. So thank you, Rob. We're underway on planning an educationally themed barn that is going to be located near the intersection of Quincy Junction Road and Lee Road. When we do our walking tour, I'll show you that a little bit in more detail. But we have Rob Wade and Gabe Miller have assembled kind of an all-star team of designers and builders to work on that. including Scott Sterling, Brett Marty, Jim McIntyre, Jim Webster, and others. And that's being funded by the Edwards family. So go barn. That's going to be a great barn for educational activities and events, hopefully. We're working on a farm and market garden that Elizabeth Powell is on the lead on. That's going to hopefully be a great source of local food for both schools and the community in general, and is going to have an educational component to that farm. So here's to the farm. Some of this is on your map. I hope all you got a brochure. A lot of this is kind of highlighted schematically on your brochure. We're going to continue to do sustainable grazing on the property with the Leonhardt family. And then we're also doing a lot of restoration on the property, doing a lot of invasive species removal, invasive weed removal. There were dozens of kids from the high school out here yesterday pulling weeds. We're going to do some creek restoration as well. And then we're also working on a management plan for the property, where we're going to be working with the students of Quincy Junior Senior High School to look at other educational uses and community benefits, including public access on the 42 acres at least that's compatible with education and wildlife habitat and the agricultural uses that we want to do. But that's still in process. So it is important to note this part of the property, even though it's so tempting, isn't yet open to the public as we're working on that management plan. So just wrapping up, I also wanted to give a big thank you to the Plumas Unified School District and the teachers and students of Quincy Junior Senior High School for being such great partners to this whole effort. Learning Landscapes couldn't happen without you, so thank you, teachers, students, and QSD. I hope this place becomes a part of your learning, part of your campus, and of your love of this glorious place that is your homeland for generations to come. And finally, I wanted to remember and thank former Feather River Land Trust Board member Beth McMorrow. Sorry. Beth was instrumental in bringing Learning Landscapes to where it is today. Sorry. And she was a teacher and a woman who really loved, sorry, I knew this would happen. She really loved to teach from the land. And so thank you, Beth. And her son, Matt McMorrow, is following in her footsteps and is one of the lead teachers on using this property for Quincy High. So thank you very much. And Rob Wade will talk more now. Appreciate it.